Good afternoon and welcome to the 2020 State of the City Address for the City of Sioux Falls. I'm coming to you today under different circumstances than the usual State of the City. Typically, we would be gathered in an auditorium with an audience and the City Council in attendance, but due to public health concerns of COVID-19, I am addressing you virtually. I'm standing on the stage of the Mary Summervold Hall at the Washington Pavilion. Several times a year, I get to stand on this stage for naturalization ceremonies to welcome new citizens. I have the honor of shaking hands with hundreds of immigrants who worked hard to earn their U.S. citizenship. It's one of the most special parts of this role. At these ceremonies, I also give each new citizen a One Sioux Falls button. I have handed out hundreds of these buttons to people throughout Sioux Falls. Our community has embraced One Sioux Falls as a rallying cry for unity these past 2 years. We're far more alike than we are different. We're One Sioux Falls, and I see many of you living this out every day. Recently, I received a note from a gentleman named Mesvin. He wrote to me, "Mayor, I would like to buy one-time groceries for a single mom or for someone who needs help. Please let me know how I can do this. Respectfully, Mesvin." He then followed up with his picture and said simply, "This is me," as a reminder of the day we met and shook hands on this very stage. I connected Mesvin with the Corona Help SF team, and he was able to provide support to his community. A community he promised to help when he stood in this room, raised his right hand, and took an oath as a new citizen of the United States. Mesvin embodies Sioux Falls, who we are, how we should treat each other, and the responsibility we all have to act when our community needs us most. Stories of neighbors helping neighbors like Mesvin are emerging all over Sioux Falls. The strength, character, and resilience of our people is undeniable, and the character of our people, their love of our community, and the compassion we extend to others transcends pandemics, floods, tornadoes, or any other crisis that may come our way. Despite the current challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, the state of Sioux Falls is strong. Although we live in a world of uncertainties right now, this moment in our history, it will end. Sioux Falls entered this pandemic in a place of strength, and as a strong and resilient community, Sioux Falls is poised to enter the post-COVID world stronger than before on multiple levels. History books are full of stories of trials and triumphs from challenging periods throughout civilization. As a defining moment for our generation, this current pandemic is one none of us will soon forget. We are writing this chapter of our history together, one day at a time, and I believe it to be a success story so far. The state of our city is strong because we have done the right things to protect our community, and we will continue to do what is needed to help our people. By staying home, washing our hands, isolating when sick, physically distancing from others, we have flattened our curve and we have saved lives. However, decades from now, we will certainly remember the lives we lost, as well as our own personal sacrifices. When I reflect on this time in our city, I will be proud of how we united as a community to help our neighbors and to fight this battle together. As we move through this period in our history, it will take each of us to make a difference. Be kind to your neighbors, extend them grace. Be patient as we weather the storm together. Be adaptive as the normalcy of our life evolves. Be sure to take care of your own physical and mental health. And be hopeful because this crisis will eventually end. Kindness, patience, adaptability, well-being, and hope. These simple qualities will move Sioux Falls out of our COVID period as a community that embodies and exemplifies the values and ideals of the greatest city in the world. Early in my time as mayor, I established the One Sioux Falls framework as a way to unite the city on the priorities of my administration. Focused on the core tenets of safety and health, accessible housing, workforce development, and engaging people, and driven by innovation and investing in foundational growth necessities, this framework has helped advance numerous initiatives during my first 2 years in office. Based on the framework, we have seized opportunities to move our city forward through investments like the USD Discovery District as a biotech hub and economic anchor for Northwest Sioux Falls. Along with a major gift from T. Denny Sanford, the city is helping reopen the iconic State Theater in historic downtown Sioux Falls. One of the crown jewels of Phillips Avenue, I am excited to help reopen the State Theater to cinema once again. Thanks to collaboration and strong community partners, the city is generating more affordable housing units for working families than we have in past decades. We are also seeing the first structures begin to rise up on the downtown rail yard redevelopment site. This past fall, Sioux Falls became one of the first cities in the United States with a fully functional 5G network. Our downtown now has some of the fastest telecom service in the entire country. As 5G expands into other areas of Sioux Falls in the coming months and years, it will be vital for spurring innovation and economic growth. This helps position us as a desirable community for technology companies to relocate here and harness the talents of our workforce. Sioux Falls is an example for other communities on how to successfully work with the Federal Communications Commission, wireless carriers, and consumers to deliver 5G technology to the public in a safe and cost-effective way. The city is also thriving by implementing the principles of what I call public entrepreneurship. Far too often, government can lag behind the private sector in ways to be innovative, nimble, efficient, and effective. We are embracing proven best practices that in some ways are new to city government. Things like succession planning to equip future leaders, allowing employees to work remotely from home to deliver city services, and structured meeting formats to drive progress and maximize staff time and resources. We also added a chief culture officer this year to focus on the culture and engagement of the city employees. This role has been crucial in driving initiatives to increase employee engagement. And why is this important for you, the public? Because when you have a highly engaged workforce at the city, you get more productive people delivering the services that you rely on. The foundational growth element of One Sioux Falls is crucial to the resilience, sustainability, and vitality of our city. It means we will not lose sight of the continued investments in the core municipal services needed for a growing community. We have made incredible progress on important projects needed to maintain the quality of life that you expect from your city, and we continue to move forward with crucial investments. The new Public Safety Training Center needed for our police and fire rescue teams is on track to open in 2022. We broke ground earlier this spring at the site of the city's newest fire station, set to be operational next year. And thanks to wise financial planning and a prosperous 2019, the city was able to pay cash for the new station without accumulating any additional debt. Expansion and rehabilitation of the city's wastewater system and treatment facility is the largest investment in the history of Sioux Falls. Work progresses to meet the future wastewater capacity needs of our area and be good stewards of the environment. Major roadway improvement projects are on track as well. In fact, this year's city budget has a higher percentage of dollars allocated to road and infrastructure projects than any other time in recent decades. The 26th Street and Southeastern Overpass is expected to wrap up later this year. Expansion of Marion Road to meet the needs of Jefferson High School is well underway. So are key rehabilitation projects like 57th Street, 41st Street, and Western Avenue. Sioux Falls' only historic bridge is also getting a major facelift in 2020. The historic 8th Street Bridge will have the aesthetics to match the historic importance of this downtown landmark. And the long-awaited connection between Veterans Parkway and Interstate 90 will open up a new corridor for eastern Sioux Falls. As you can see, the One Sioux Falls framework has helped your city move forward in a positive direction. This framework was not designed just for times of growth and prosperity, however, but for times of hardship as well. Again, safety, shelter, employment, people, the main focuses of the One Sioux Falls framework. We are charging ahead to help everyone in this community live their best lives. There are some in our community who struggle with mental health, addiction, joblessness, homelessness, and isolation, and we are working hard on these challenges. As our city grows, so do the addiction and behavioral health needs of our residents. After years of development, the region's first triage center is close to opening its doors. As a partnership between the city, Minnehaha County, Avera, and Sanford Health, we are working tirelessly to open it later this year. By helping provide pathways to successful outcomes for those struggling with addiction and mental health, this center will make a significant impact for those vulnerable populations. The city also added a full-time community resource officer dedicated to working with people in Sioux Falls who are struggling with mental health. When it comes to narcotics and illegal drugs, we are focused on enforcement and prosecution of drug dealers and suppliers, as well as treatment paths for those suffering from addiction. The illegal use of narcotics in Sioux Falls continues to be one of our city's biggest challenges, and we are making progress in this battle. We have devoted additional resources, such as a new narcotics crimes unit, an additional narcotics sergeant, and more training for these teams. And as a result, we have seen record narcotics seizures and aggressive measures to drive drugs out of our city. This will remain one of my top priorities in the years ahead. In January, I unveiled the Sioux 52 Mentoring Initiative to a packed house right here at the Washington Pavilion. With the support of businesses, nonprofits, and individuals throughout the area, Sioux 52 seeks to create a city of mentors and generate 5,200 new mentors in our region by 2026. The best way to influence the future of our city is by influencing the lives of others through mentorship. I want to encourage all of you to think about how you can make a positive influence in someone else's life and sign up to be a mentor at sioux52.org. You know, the COVID pandemic has highlighted many needs in our city, and one of those is certainly how important mentors will be in rebuilding our city through investments in people. I'm focused on tackling these challenges and moving our city forward, and I need each of you to join me in solving these challenges and recognizing the opportunities to restore and reshape our city. I've seen the best qualities in many of you emerge during the crises of the past 2 years, to be leaders and to be selfless in service to your community and to your neighbors. I want each of you to think of ways you too can be part of the One Sioux Falls solutions for your city. One Sioux Falls. It has become a rallying cry for unity these past 2 years. Right now, we have united as a community in the spirit of One Sioux Falls like never before. We have momentum through our unity to navigate through this storm and emerge as a stronger community. A community with more compassion for its neighbors, a community that is more equitable, a community that does not take our blessings for granted and instead focuses on the most important matters of life. A community that overcomes its differences and unites to achieve our greatest potential. And we can do it, Sioux Falls, and we will do it. Okay? We're in this together, and we're unstoppable when we work together. I'm excited about the future of this city, and I hope you are too. Our city has a bounty of opportunities before us to be stronger in so many ways. And specifically, there are three things that I am excited about for Sioux Falls' future: our financial stewardship, our economic strength, and the heart of our community. First, thanks to the wise financial stewardship of past mayors and councils, the city of Sioux Falls is in a better financial position than most municipalities in the nation. In fact, earlier this year, Sioux Falls was ranked in the top 10 of the most recession-proof cities in the United States. We have low debt service, we have healthy city reserves, and a diverse economy of resilient industries. Second, Sioux Falls remains an attractive place for investors, both inside and outside of our community. Businesses from around the country are continuing to reach out to me during this pandemic, interested in creating jobs in Sioux Falls and investing in this community. They know the resiliency of our city. They know we will come out of this stronger than most cities, and they see the economic opportunities of Sioux Falls, and they want to be part of our future and our success story. Lastly, the heart of our city is incredible. Take comfort in the fact that you live in the best city in the world. And why do I say that? Well, where else can a city of our size assemble a charitable fund of more than $3 million in a few weeks to help families stay in their homes during the hardships of a pandemic? Where else do you see the religious and nonprofit communities organized so quickly to provide food and essential supplies to people across this city and state? You see that in Sioux Falls because of our incredible strength as a community. This place is special, and we are very fortunate to call it our home. In closing, stay positive, Sioux Falls. Stay healthy. Stay strong. Stay resilient. Sign up to mentor someone today and continue to help your neighbors. The future of our city is ours to shape. So let's keep writing the success story of the city, and let's keep moving forward as one Sioux Falls. Thank you for your time today, and may God continue to bless this great city of Sioux Falls.